Hello, my sermon today is called The Last Chance Miss.
Yes.
And today we're going through our verses from Matthew 22, verses 1 through 14. Last Chance Miss is about like the last coming. It's saying that I don't want to miss my chance to go to heaven. Who all wants to go to heaven out here? If y'all want to go to heaven, y'all can't miss any chances that God put before you. Next one. We're going to read Matthew 22, 1 through 14. Jesus spoke to them again in a parable saying, "The kingdom of heaven is like a king who prepared a wedding banquet for his son. He sent his servants to those who had been invited to the banquet to tell them to come, but they refused to come." One question. How many of y'all have been to a wedding? Are weddings usually nice?
Yes. Sometimes.
Now, think about if God was having a wedding. Well, God, and like this wedding is going to have everything there. Wouldn't you want to be there?
Yeah.
But some people are missing their chance, like the nobles. They said they didn't want to come. They thought they were better than the king. And the king is a metaphor of being God. We think we are better than God sometimes when we are missing our chance. We don't take full advantage of all the things we do. Then he sent some more servants and said, "Tell those who have been invited that I have prepared my dinner, my oxen, and my fatted cattle. I have been butchered, and everything is ready. Come to the wedding banquet." This is God. He's begging us, the nobles, to come to his wedding. He doesn't invite us. This is like the best wedding ever. People want to come just to come, but some people do not understand how good it's going to be. So they think they're better than what the king is preparing. But they paid no attention to them and went off. One to his field, another to his business. The rest seized the servants and mistreated them and killed them. The king was enraged. He sent his army to destroy those who murdered and burned their cities. This is God. God sent us another invitation. We denied it. We did more than denied it. We took what he gave us, abused it, and then mistreated it. God doesn't like that. So then he's going to put different things in your way. He's going to want you. He's going to make you want to come to him. So this is him. He burned down all their cities. He took everything they had to show them how good he could have had it. But now they got it even worse. Then he said to his servants, "The wedding banquet is ready, but those who I have invited do not deserve to come. Go to the street corners and invite to the banquet anyone you find." So the servants went out into the streets and gathered all the people he could find, both good and bad, and the wedding hall was filled with guests. This is God. Once God gave this invitation to the people he thought that could spread it out and bring everybody in, and they did not, he got mad. So he sent it out to everybody. First, he tried to send it to a select group so that they may tell other people how great the king was. But when the king did not get what he wanted, he made it so he could. He spread out the word himself. That's like God and the Jews and the Gentiles. God gave the Jews the message first so that the Jews could send the message throughout the kingdom, all of the kingdom. But the Jews kept it to themselves. They were selfish with it. So God put trials in front of them and then sent the message out to the Gentiles. And the Gentiles all took the message in, and they came in. But when the king came to see the guests, he noticed a man there who was not wearing wedding clothes. "Friend," he asked, "how did you get in here without wedding clothes?" The man was speechless. The man that we are talking about right now is a noble. The noble that actually mistreated the most of his servants. I did some research. This noble was the worst noble in the kingdom. The king sent out an invitation to him to prove a point. But the noble still showed up at the banquet. Then the king told the attendants, "Tie him hand and foot and throw him outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. For many are invited, but few are chosen." The noble did not get in, not because he wasn't good enough, but because he didn't come prepared. He missed his chance the first and second time when he got the invitation. The main idea is not missing your chance. You don't want to miss your chance because that puts you behind. God is giving you chance after chance, like the king gave to the people at the wedding. He's giving you all these chances that you may come to something that you don't even really have to come to. It's something that will benefit you that you're not coming for. One to me.
You said.
Letting anything stop you. Don't let anything stop you because, like, if you let something stop you, God puts something there before you. Like, say, Derek. Derek played football. God puts a way that his football team can win the game. And guess what? They do it. They get all this stuff right. They start practicing hard. But, like, it goes to Wednesday. It's Wednesday now. Everybody's tired. They don't feel like going to practice. They're letting other things stop them. They're letting the fact that they feel like, man, I'm tired. I don't want to go to practice. Man, I got friends. I can't hang out with my friends. I'm too busy practicing. I want to see the movie. These are things that are stopping them from winning the game. Now, in our life, we got things stopping us. We got friends stopping us from getting to heaven because you let them influence you in the ways you do things. You got your parents sometimes stopping you from getting to heaven because we are supposed to be more influential to people. We are supposed to help them go to them, but we're letting them influence us. You have sports stopping us. Sometimes it might be like a game on Saturday that you really want to go to. It's the biggest game of the year. But guess what? We go to it. We're not supposed to. We're supposed to think in our heads that God is more important than this game. I can have all the games in the world in heaven. Why would I go to this one? Holding on to things that should be shared. The Jews had something really important. That was the gospel. They were the first ones to get it. And they were supposed to spread it out through the whole entire kingdom. But guess what? They did not. They kept it to themselves. They made everyone feel like they were inferior because they did not have all the right tools they need to get to heaven. So they started controlling them and with the gospel. But then God got mad. God said, I gave you this message to spread out through the world. But you don't spread it out. You hold it to yourself. You keep it for yourself. We get a message from God. We're supposed to be God's people. God is giving us messages to give to our friends, who will get to their friends, and it keep multiplying. But we keep it to ourselves. We are scared to share what God has already gave us. So we need to actually be more like the Gentiles, because the Gentiles were humble. They did everything that God told them to do, but it only got so much because of the Jew was supposed to share it to them. But when God gave it to the Gentiles, everybody knew about it. Everybody had the chance to learn about God, and that led them to God even more. Learning from your mistakes. You don't want to feel sorry for yourself just because you missed a chance. When you miss a chance, you got to keep going on. You got to learn from that chance that you missed. If God, like Derek, I said Derek had a football game. They missed their chance. They got lazy during like halfway through the week, so they lost the game. You don't want to feel depressed about that. You don't want to feel depressed. You don't want to be like, man, we lost the game. It's not my fault. It's their fault, man. Dang, I don't want to play football no more. I'm still better than everybody on this team. Yeah. I don't need them. We got to be better than that. We have to be the person that's like this. Man, I did wrong. I was going to have practice. I didn't come to practice. But now I'm about to learn from that mistake. I'm going to practice twice a day for 2 weeks so that I know we win our next game. I'm going to work twice as hard to make sure we win this next game because we're winning this next game. We want to learn from our mistakes. We want to be better than everybody else. We want to have people to be influenced by the way we think, by the way we speak. Because if we are not influential on the people that are around us, if we wait on the missed chances that are given, then we're never going to improve or get better. You're not always going to get every chance. You're not going to always use it to the full advantage. You need to use all your chances to the full advantage. But when you don't, you got to learn how to use it, how I can do it better next time. We got to be more applicant. Applicant means be more accountable. Be more like, I can share it with everybody. I'm accountable for what you receive. That's what applicant means. We got to be more applicant in what we do so that we may further the message. We may keep everyone to come to God. We may spread the word through God. But you can't be applicant if you don't learn from your chances. You can't be applicant if like that person on the team that never wants to improve and think that, man, I'm better than everybody. I'm not going to practice. Y'all lost the game. I didn't lose the game. I scored a touchdown. Did you score a touchdown? No. You can't be like him. You gotta be better than him. You gotta be a person that say like this. Good job scoring that touchdown. We still lost though, so we gotta be in the weight room at 2 o'clock, where time school is. You gotta be more encourageable. You have to spread the word throughout the world. You have to be influential to people that are not influential to other people. You have to influence everybody around you to come to God. You also have to learn that you don't have to make mistakes to learn from it. If someone else makes a mistake that you know, like say if Adrian did the same thing the week before Derek did, how much sense does that make? They best friends, they see each other almost 3 times a week and everything. But Derek made the same mistake as Adrian did. Adrian slacked off in the middle of the week, so Derek did next week, and they both lost the game. Derek could have learned from Adrian's mistake already and been like this. Well, Adrian lost his game. I'm not going to lose mine because I'm not going to fall off in the middle of the week. I'm going to do better than what he did because I am better than him. I can be better than him. But then Adrian could learn from his mistake and say, well, that was my fault. I lost the game. Now I want to improve myself so that I may do what's right. I may do that. Now, say it's somebody that you know knows about God. They have this friend, they want to speak to him, but they don't. That's taking them away from God, trying to be hard, trying to be cool around their friends. They're taking each other away from God, and they're also getting away from God themselves. You have to learn. You don't have to be like that person in the group. It's all about everything. Yeah, I'm the best. I can do what I can do, but I'm gonna do it better than you. You have to be that person that says, well, y'all, my name is Mark Seymour. I go to Windows 7 Adventist Church. Maybe y'all should come with me one time. It might be fun. Invite them to stuff. You have to be influential to people. You have to be applicant. And you also have to learn from the mistakes that people have made. Because when you do that, you become more of a person of God. God can use you more when you are applicant. When you learn from your mistakes. When you don't hold on to things that should be shared. This is your call. This is your call because God has sent so many things in front of you. He has set things before you. He has given you so many things that you can achieve. He has given you chances after chances. You do not want to be like the nobles who abused the chances he gave them and who denied his chances. You want to be like the people on the street corners. You want to take in everything that God gives you and use it to the fullest extent. You don't want to hold on to what you get. The people that got the message, like the Jews, they held on to it. But the Gentiles, they said, well, this is pretty good. Matter of fact, how about this? You can have a little piece of it too. Because I don't want to be the only one getting to heaven. I want you to come to heaven. You're my best friend. Why don't you come to heaven with me? I want you to be able to not hold on to things that should be held on to. I want you to share everything with everybody. I want you to help everybody come to God. Because that's our main purpose here. That's what flight school is really about. Helping everybody come to God when it's time to go to heaven. You have to be that pilot. The pilot that flies everybody to heaven. You have to be that person landing the plane. But first, you cannot land the plane if you never take off. And you only can take off if you invite everybody to God. You invite people to God if you taking off. And you taking off, now we're flying. We're flying. Guess what? Flying is spreading the word. You took off. You're flying now. Now you got to spread the word to everybody else or you won't land. Because God's not only holding you accountable for if you get to heaven and what you did right, he's holding you accountable for all your friends. What you did when you were just with your friends. What you thought no one saw when you were with your friends. But guess what? Now it's your turn. You have to be able to share the message throughout the world. You have to be able to fly and soar. You have to be able to land that plane, though. You have to be able to land a plane, bringing people to God. People have landed the plane. I've landed the plane one time with my cousin Justin. At first, he never came to church, but I got him to come to church. That was me taking off. Me soaring was me telling him about God. Adrian helped with that, too. He helped him tell him about God. Me landing the plane was bringing him to flight school that day, him being able to get baptized. Now it's his turn to fly the plane. It's his turn to spread the word through the world. It's his turn. But now it's all